State of the Nation's address known to Siano, Yankasa, President of the Republic, being in Abba Eddie, my State of the Nation's address, Nimu, Waboy Kayam, Obaya Mania, Sia Ghana, Egusu Ye, Jumebu, Dollar, no, one cast on mobile bear arrested dollar, ni Mumbai, some Babes 20 city, no, my no, Suko, Nedi, send you dinner, a one bit name Kobe Bia. Minority Secrum, I mobile, Nadi Bekobi, Sa, and Afenyo-Markin, so didn't send me Brina at to have a great vibe. Column ever platform you see yourself say what be like we are subscribing we are no your notification button so the be update a sort to be a baby unsa ebitimi akabi your friend Nelly Cathy I don't know State of the Nation's address, so you're trying to we're just eagerly waiting for it. Send a bear dom never baby to Johnny, you know, who dear call, send a buying a boom mine on the Evacuina, come on. I know Catanum. A good one, of course, will be the President of the Republic, air country, and no crane, no crowd, say, Ghana said, was a corona, sending a column. Say, ya, ye, free say, Ghana, I say, Babium, I say, Jen Naso, ye, Juma, and ye be up for business assault.
Mr. Speaker, I told this August House then, when I appeared before you last year, that we would have to take tough, prudent, and necessary decisions to restore stability and credibility. Today, Mr. Speaker, I can say to you with confidence, Ghana is back. Ghana is working again. And Ghana is open for business. The fundamentals are improving and the path to sustained acceleration is very clear to everyone.
Not as no question the same. See a Ghana for be brinana day trim say and Mahama beg of arrested dollar no this dollar that there are here dollar there no correct or no John Dramani Mahama on a pound for say it say see did that so say over $1 Nejina baby the empire no bang no correct or must see no why dear see no and why dinny and I am your little $1 and this is more I'm for Bibina and
to the interesting part. Exchange rate volatility has long been at the heart of hardship in Ghanaian households. We made currency stability a priority, and Mr. Speaker, we have delivered. Mr. Speaker, we did not arrest the dollar. We strengthened the CD to put up a good fight against the other currencies. Mr. Speaker, we did not arrest the dollar. We strengthened the CD to put up a good fight against the other currency.
No crown. Now in State of the Nation's address, one thing I need in I heard him we're waiting for eagerly. If you say Coco for 6,100 citizens, not at about 2,580, they no question me say move but do one to me and 7. One you be a more say, what means sounds when I am monochrono. Now, so President John Dramani Mahama in the State of the Nation's address, the capture yourself, no cry, say, said the anchor also you could run why and said a bear, young son coaching, young go Babusaka, Saka, near Koyama, a dear back. To Batan, Archester 7 previous at the year Jennifer, you must uncle into cocoa dear. Baby a ginano, and why the Virginia say ever tomb and yet.
Mr. Speaker, a nation that does not learn from past mistakes cannot get out of the cycle of problems that impose hardships on its citizens. We've just begun to emerge from the most devastating economic crisis in our nation's recent history. This crisis was triggered by general financial indiscipline, huge deficits and massive debts that were occasioned by persistent and budgeted expenditure to meet the ends of convenient politicking. In the last week, we have had to take the painful but necessary decision to revise the producer price of cocoa to achieve competitive pricing and resolve the acute liquidity challenges in the sector. Mr. Speaker, failure to do this Failure to do this, as others did, and left a debt of 32 billion for this government to pay. Failure to do this would have meant borrowing billions in borrowed funds. Mr. Speaker, this unplanned expenditure would have taken us right back to the very devastating economic problem we have only recently begun to escape. So, Mr. Speaker, while fully understanding the concerns and protests of our farmers, I can firmly assure them that the reforms announced by government will see a total transformation of the cocoa sector. And it will guarantee them a fair and transparent price that enables them to meet the cost of producing the commodity and making decent margins. Mr. Speaker, the difference between economic hardship and avoiding the same is the exercise of sound economic judgment. And I'm determined to take decisions that ensure our collective well-being and avoid the suffering of all our citizens. These are difficult decisions to take, but Mr. Speaker, I had to take them.
Minority are parliament and a State of the Nations address. Ekosono enso ede nsem bi tu da akire se nsem no omle tu dwa won tade hyem won sa hyem ede kokko akita won a won kire mu se kokko akuafa ye mopo papa na de dia form ni soro chese omo kire a ensem ekoso ni no mantere kokko akuafo di eno motie President John Dramani Mahama no according to Afenyo-Markin's minority leader no chire mu se ono obaye no wani bukulong nsem papa huhian onka wana namfani fam chire sa nsem obeka nyina slogans nwa chire se onka se bebe bi menento obi atrim ye enunti no adwuma so adwuma kese ho a wo so mutumi yire ho ye no mu jai kropro dwom ensensem na mo ye na first year a omudi mu bayide enye papa ha a great exchange ma kwabam eba platform ni so adafo no me tell say e no like wa subscribe you press on notification button no update us all to be abetuma e ma wonsa akabi ye feminine katia and somewhat ye de tudwa our State of the Nations address plus ye ba Afenyo-Markin on the minority in TV.
Let me thank you for the opportunity and thank Mr. President for living up to this constitutional obligation. But Mr. Speaker, what the President failed to tell the people of Ghana is that 1 year in government, he's still acting with slogans, no action. Mr. Speaker, electricity tariffs have skyrocketed and Ghanaians cannot afford electricity. We have thousands of Ghanaian youths who are, Mr. Speaker, can they be quiet and listen? Because if they misconduct themselves, we'll do the same thing to their leader. Keep quiet. They can't take away my time. If you don't keep quiet and listen to me, your leader cannot speak. If you don't know, I'm telling you. Mr. Speaker, thousands of Ghanaian youths were dismissed through a letter by the Chief of Staff. It's part of the State of the Nation. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, there is a scandal looming. Security services recruitment, TribeNet, we know who brought that company to the ministry. Kama has a way. And we, the minority, will pursue the person and make sure there's full disclosure. Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price and Erikopoku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics is a bedi. Macroeconomics is a bedi. Mr. Speaker, Galamsey continues. Ghanaians continue to suffer under this Galamsey hardship, and we expect concrete action to be taken on Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, our elders say, give credit where credit is due. Mr. President is telling us today that some gains have been made. Those gains through this gold for reserve. Mr. Speaker, the gold for reserve policy, what they have failed to tell Ghanaians is that the Bawumia that they attacked, Mr. Speaker, the Bawumia that they attacked, the Bawumia that you attacked is the brainchild of this policy. Mr. Speaker, I would want to urge the government, give to Bawumia what belongs to Bawumia. And Mr. Speaker, we are happy they are showing a picture, trying to embarrass the former finance minister. We've seen, but very soon, let me assure you that somebody, a senior appointee who is in charge of this tribe net, would go to jail. So the one behind tribe net, the one who introduced tribe net to the ministry, who is chopping money, Mr. Speaker, we are happy you are showing. Very soon we'll bring a picture. Then you will see the one in charge of tribe net duping innocent Ghanaians, duping their unemployed youths. There are many youth who are looking for jobs, and this tribe net, with the connivance of an appointee of government, she will be exposed. So you continue with Kenoforiata. Soon and very soon it will be your turn. Mr. Speaker, I will conclude by saying that this side of the house, we are ready today to debate on this SONA, and by Monday the true SONA will be revealed by the minority. By Monday, we the minority will present to the people of Ghana the true state of the nation. Mr. Speaker, that said, let me thank you for the opportunity, and I wish Mr. President well. Thank you very much.
I want to thank His Excellency, the President John Dramani Mahama, for his leadership. Ghanaians are very grateful to you. Mr. Speaker, it is obvious that the Ghana you inherited and the Ghana you speak of today is like day and night. The Ghana you inherited is as dark as the dark dresses that they are wearing on the other side. And the Ghana you speak of today is clearly as bright as the white dresses that we are wearing on this side. Mr. Speaker, clearly everything that you have said here is true. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Afenyo-Markin will attest to that. He will attest to the fact that the big push is pushing through Winneba steadily. And he's getting premix. Mr. Speaker, it seems today is about cocoa prices. I can understand. Mr. Speaker, let me read Reuters today. Reuters has confirmed Ivory Coast will pay cocoa farmers 800 to 1,000 CFA francs per kilogram for the mid crop starting March 1st. The main crop price was $2,000 2,800 CFA francs per kilogram. When converted to Ghana cedis, this is about 980 to 1,225 Ghana cedis per 64 kilogram bag. Mr. Speaker, Ivory Coast will pay cocoa farmers 800 to 1,000 CFA francs per kilogram from the mid crop starting March 1st. The main crop price was 2,800 CFA francs per kilogram. When converted to Ghana cedis, this is about 800, 980 to 1,225 per 64 kilogram bag. In Ghana, farmers are paid 2,587 per 64 kilogram bag, which is more than twice the price in Ivory Coast. This is confirmed this morning by Reuters. Mr. Speaker, I see written on the muffler of my friends in black that MPP Yaye Mobo Dodo. MPP Yaye Mobo Dodo. Mobo Dodo MPP. Yaye Mobo Dodo MPP. Mr. Speaker, this is the month of Ramadan, and Your Excellency, all Muslims in Ghana will pray for Allah's blessings on you. For your sterling leadership that has been recognized by the entire West Africa. That is why they unanimously elected you unopposed to lead in Africa. Ghanaians are proud of you. This Ramadan, many of our people could afford sugar and rice because the prices have come down. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Majority Leader,
let me conclude.
Your 5 minutes.
Let me conclude by seconding the motion. The motion moved. My friends.
Honorable Majority Leader, you will now move the motion for adjournment.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House adjourns until Tuesday in the forenoon. I so move.